Hello everyone, today we're learning Mציעא Daf Lamet. We're going to start from the top. Shoitcha letzorka avaloi lichvoidoi. So we learned in the Mishnah that if you find a garment, you should spread it out for the benefit of the garment, but not for your covered if you show it off. The Gemara asked the Shaila, what's the din letzorkoi? If it's for the benefit of the garment, letzorka koi means the benefit of the person who found it, and letzorka the benefit of the garment. Mike, what's the din? If it's both, I know I'm allowed to do for the benefit of the garment. I know I'm not allowed to do for my benefit. If it's also for the benefit of the garment and also for my benefit, is that muta or asa? Toshma, come and listen. Shoitcha, you're allowed to spread it out, letzorka, for its benefit. So l'chora, it's mashma. Letzorka in only for its benefit, or letzorka if it's for my benefit and for the garment's benefit. So the Gemara in the Sefer, look at the Sefer of the Mishnah. For the respect of mine, I'm not allowed to. For my covered and for the tzorech garment, shapradomi. It's mashma, it's muta. Elo meha from the Mishnah, leka le mashma mina. You can't bring a raya from our Mishnah. So the Gemara Toshma, come and listen. Lo ishtecheno, lo al gabe mito. You shouldn't spread it out, not on a bed. Lo al gabe mogud. Mogud is something that you put your laundry on, like a laundry rack. Letzorkoi, for his benefit. Aval ishtecheno, you're allowed to put it al gabe mito, al gabe mogud letzorko, for the benefit of the garment. Nizdamnu lo orchim, he has some guests by him. Lo ishtecheno lo al gabe mito, velo al gabe mogud, ben letzorko, ben letzorko. Doesn't matter for whose benefit. You're not allowed when there's guests. So the it's mashma, why not? We understand now, because when there's guests, it's the tzorkoi, his showing off to the guests, and also the tzorkoi of the beggar, that's still awesome. We have a raya to our shaila. So the Gemara no, shiny awesome, the makle kolilo. The orchim, the guests, burn the item. Why is that? Imishum eina, because I know, they say, oh wow, look at that nice carpet or whatever it is. Imishum ganvi, or because they might steal it or tell someone else about, wow, what amazing item that person had in his house, and someone's going to steal it. But masha'inkin, when they don't have these chashoshes, when it's not orchim, when it's someone, I want to just put this beautiful Persian carpet on the wall while I have my supper and enjoy it, then we still have a shaila. Is that muta? Is it not muta? Because there's no einabisha and there's no orchim, there's no ganvi chashash. So the Gemara Toshma, this is talking about, Rashi says it's about the Egla Rufa. Ichniso lirivka, he put this baby cow, that's Egla Rufa, that needs to be a cow that never had any work done with it, into a yoke, where you put the cows together and connect them. The dosha, and while its mother was threshing, also the baby did. The child, and he put it there just for her to nurse, to be with the mother all day. So kshera, you still allowed. It's not called that she did the avoida, and it's kshera leegla rufa. But if you put it in bishvil shetinoik v'tidosh, that she should nurse and fresh, sula, because he wanted avoida being done. Says the Gemara of Ahocha, in this case, the letzor koi, it's for the tzorich of the person that he wants her to fresh, uletzorka for her to nurse. Who b'ktoni psula, and we could see it's possible. So also by us, when you have both cases where it's letzorka uletzorka, also you shouldn't be allowed. Says the Gemara, shiny also there it's different. The Omakra shaloi uvad bo. It says in the pasuk shaloi uvad bo. Mikol mokum, any avoida is not being done. Any type of avoida, if it was uvad bo was done by it, it's possible. But by us, it's a whole different thing by Mציעא. So the Gemara, if so that uvad bo is possible, and even if it's Letzorko, it's still possible. Afilu Reisha Nami. When he put it into the Rivka without intention for her to fresh, and she freshed, so she should also be possible. Because Uvadba says the Gemara, no. This is not only to this. That now we learned in the Mishnah, if a bird went on the animal, it's not cool that she did avoida. She had a male ox went on her. Psula. My timer, Kedra Papa. What's the reason? What's the difference between Olal Zachar or Shochan Oif? Like our Papa said, Omar Papa, Iksiv Uvad, Bikarin and Uvad. If you say in the Pasuk Uvad, I involve Dalet, I involve base Dalet, and we'd also read it like it's written. Hava mina afilu mimela Uvad any avoida even if it's a Ravko dosha she dosha at the end of the day, and therefore she's possible. Iksiv Ovad, if you would say without the Vov, Bikarin and Ovad. So it would be mashma, hava amina, ada avad be'yu, until when you literally put it in for melacha or pulled her. Hashtu dichsiv avad. Now that it says the letters ayin beis dalet, bikarin and uvad, but the way you read it in the Torah is uvad, but in an uvad, doing the avad, it needs to be a bit of both. Ma avad dinichele. Like when you literally take a be'ima to work, you obviously want it to happen. And for Uvad, also when it happened by itself, the Nichale that he wants it. So if Rivka, he doesn't want it because if she does threshing, it will be possible now, and he doesn't want it to be possible. But if he put it in for that as well, for Linoik, then she's possible because at the end of the day, even though he didn't literally make it work, but he wanted the work to happen, and it's like Uvad. So Lichar Ligabe the Shaila, if Muta Bishesach the Aveda, Letzorko, we don't have a teretz. We're saying over there by the whole din of Egla Rufa is a whole different parasha. Tosfos said that it's talking in Tosefta, it's written by Paraduma, not by Egla Rufa. Okay, if someone found silverware or copperware, you're allowed to use them. You should use them for the benefit of what you found. Ton Rabbanon learned, someone who finds wooden ware, you should use them that they shouldn't rot, because if you let them sit, they might rot. Clean if it's from copper, and hot, or put hot water in, but you can't put it on the fire. Because the fire makes them lose from the value. Clay kesef, silverware, mishtamesh b'hem b'tzoinin with cold. Avaloi b'chamim nor with hot water, fnei shemashkirim, and makes them black. Magrefois v'kardumois, axes and spades. Magrefois is spades, v'kardumois are axes. Mishtamesh b'hem barach, and something soft. Avaloi b'kosher nor on hard material, with fnei shemafchison, it damages them. Chlizo v'chlischuchis, goldenware and glass, lo yigaber, and don't touch, until Eliyahu Novi will come, as it says in the last nevuah that we got. Eliyahu Novi lifnei ayin sham. Kederach sham ba'aveda, like they said in Aveda, that you have to do all these things. Kach omer bepikodin. If someone got a deposit, you should do all these things for the pikodin. It says the Gemara Kasha, pikodin ma'aveda tegabei. Let the owner come and take care of it. Why do I need to take care of it? Omar of Adabar Choma, Omar of Sheshes, it's talking about bepikodin she'olchu ba'aleim lemdina sayam. They left somewhere far. We don't know when they're coming back, so you need to take care of the running maintenance. But if they're here, really l'chor is mashma that the mafkit is his job to take care of it. Said we learned in the Mishnah, Motzo sack, he found a sack or kupa, a box, v'chol dorosh and darker lito el areve loito. Here the Mishnah is telling you a whole different chiddush, that zokin ve'enu lefichvoidoi, a choshev, a person who's an old person, who doesn't let you pick up something like that's not past nicht for him. So he's not mechuyev in Ashavas Aveda. We know, Anamilia, how do we know this? Said the Gemara, the Torah Rabbanon, we learned, v'yisalamtu mehem, v'yisalamtu. It said in the Pasuk, lo ish sira, don't see shorachicha, the ox of your friend, or ish seyo, or his sheep, nidochim lost. V'yisalamtu mehem, and look away. It says in the lotion of v'yisolamto, is mashma that v'yisolamto, and you should sometimes. In the pasuk it says you shouldn't, obviously. Osher teshivim le'achicho, but because he uses the lotion of you should, says the Gemara, the Rabbanon, pa'amim shata misalim, pa'amim shata misalim. Sometimes you're not allowed to, and you have to make sure Aveda, but sometimes you're allowed to misalim from Aveda. And what's the case? Hokate said, Hoyo koyen, and he's not allowed to go into Beis HaKvoros. Maybe Beis HaKvoros, and Aveda is Beis HaKvoros, and it's a issa for him to go inside. Case number one. Oyo she'oyo zoken. Your old man who found something that's not makavadik for him to deal with. Or case number three, where he had a job, he's a lawyer, and he gets £1,000 an hour, and if he starts dealing with this Aveda and carrying it home, it will delay him half an hour. That's £500. Aveda is only worth £10. Lekach nema, because that in those three cases, the Torah needs to tell you that you're allowed in certain cases to be misalim from Aveda. Where do we need the chiddush of the pasuk? For which one of these three cases? Case number one. Pshita, you don't need a pasuk. I say of to meshiv Aveda. By lois aseh going to be mitame, there's also kedoshim to you, and also lois aseh to not be mitame. So obviously. Should push away another assay and the lois assay. Sure not. So you don't need the pasuk for that. But two, and another reason, Shabbos Aveda is a monistic thing. According to be mitama is isura, it's kedusha, and you're not doing something that's kedusha for something that's mominous. So we don't need it for that. But let's go to case number three, where he's a lawyer and he makes more money and it won't be worth it for him to stop. Says the Gemara, you don't need a pasuk for that. We learn it from somewhere else. The Omar Rav Yehuda Omar Rav, it says in the pasuk, Efes ki yebochem evyoin, ki lo yebochem evyoin, that we learn from there. Rashi says, don't bring yourself to aniyus. So if by you doing a mitzvah, a monistic mitzvah, will make you lose more money, doesn't make any sense. You have a right first on you, responsibility to your family, to your existence when it comes to mominus, more than your friends if it costs you. Obviously with chesed and gemilas chasodim. But Aveda is a monistic thing. Elo, said the Gemara for case number two that we're speaking about in our mission. That's where we need the pasuk to tell you that sometimes you're allowed to be misalem. So what? It's a busha for you, but it's a chiv in the Torah. So the Torah, no, he's potter. Amar Rabba, says Rabba Ikisha, even if he's a zokin ve'enu lefich voidoi, and there was a lost animal and he hit it, says go back to its owner. He pushes it. He made a move. Now, even though it's mischayev now, it's in his responsibility to give it back. Abaye Abba Yosef Kamedi Rabba, Abaye was sitting in front of Rabba, Chazel Anach Izi. He came, he saw these lost goats, Shokal Kole took a piece of earth, a Shodabu, and he threw at them. On Malay, so Rabba told Abaye, is chayev behu. Now, even that's only if to take these goats back to the owner, but because now that he made the move, Kum, get up, Adrina, give them back. So we could see the Rabba was poisek. Also in Tabaye, he told him to be an anoga that Ikisho Chayva. Iboilu. So the Gemara Shaila, Darkel Achel Basode and Darkel Achel Beir. So we said Zokin Ben and if Ichvoidoi is part of Hamashavas Aveda. So what the din if, let's say, for him to go with a goat in the street, it's Enel if Ichvoidoi, but in the nature between city and city, in the Soda, it's no busha for him, but in the city, it's not bakovadik for him. And he found this goat outside the city. So here he's mechuyev, but he'll have to take to the city, and over there, it's Emel Fich Voidoi. Now, it's not bakovadik for him to go in the city with this goat, he's already here, no chayev. In the Soda, he could take a goat. They came in the chayev, it's like a kisho. And now he's mechuyev in it, and he should have to take it back to the owner. Says the Gemara, Teiku Tishbi Yitaretz Kushis Boys, that when the Geula is going to come, like the pasuk we said before, Eliyahu is going to come before the Geula, and we won't have any shaila. Everything will be very, very clear. Omar Rava, Kol Sheloi Machze B'Shechaver Nami Machze. If this item was yours and it was lost, or you'd go with it in the street, or it was lost in the street, you take it home and go in the street, you can't say about such an item, oh, it's not covered for me when it comes to your friend who lost it. If you take it for yourself, you need to take it for your friend. That's how you measure if it's a busha for you or not. And if he needs to unload or to load, if it would be his, you'd help. When his friend needs help, and he also has to help him load and upload. Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi have a cause Barucha. Shmuel Yossi was walking in the path, in the way. Poga Be'o Gavra, he met this man. Avedori, he was carrying patcha de'oifa, pieces of wood, burning wood. Ois vinu v'komiftach, he put them on the ground, and he took a rest. It was very heavy. Omalei dolili, now he wanted to continue, so he told Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi, please load it for me. And here we learn that the mitzvah of loading, it's not only to load on someone's car, on someone's cow, on someone's donkey, it's also on a person, or you see someone trying to pick up something heavy, the mitzvah of tina to help him pick it up on his shoulder. Omalei, kama shovim, what's the worth of these wood? Omalei palgaduzos or half of those? Yoivlei palgaduzos, they gave him, take half of those. The afkari, and he was mafkarit. Oda zochabu, this person was zoiche, it's hefka, now it's mine again. And now he wanted help again. And he didn't want to help him. So he bought off in the wood again for half of those. And he was mafkir again. And I think it's the Rishonim who say that the reason why he was mafkir is because they wanted people being nichsha begezer. He saw that the person wants to be zoiche again, and he wants again, he'll have to buy off him. He told him, I'm mafkir to the whole world. And for you it's not hefka. And therefore he left her alone and he walked off. Tell the Gemara cash on that. Me have hefka in such a case. Bishamai oimrim hefka lanim hefka. If I'm hefka something only for that name, it's hefka and it's chal. We still remain a hefka. Such a thing is not considered hefka. Ad sheyeh hefka lanim la'ashirim. Shmita. The only thing that hefka is like shmita when it's everyone's allowed to take it. That's called hefka. Less than that is not considered hefka. And here he wasn't mafkir for this person till the shouldn't be hefka. So the Gemara Ela Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi lekula al mafkir. Really, he was mafkir for everyone, also for this person. Just wanted to get him away. They wanted him to be zoichen again. The guy wasn't being very nice and fair with him, so he just told him that. But really, it's not true. And it makes sense to say that. Oh, I suppose he really was mafkir to everyone, but he told him to him not, and maybe a second later he wasn't mafkir. Correct the Gemara. Said the Gemara. Rabbi asked the Gemara kasha for Rabbi Shmuel, Rabbi Yossi zokin teinu lefich voide have. L'chora, why is he paying him and not help? L'chora, we said v'yisolamto that sometimes zokin lefich voide. The Torah said that by moment you don't have to help. And the Gemara understands that's also not only by Ashavas Aveda, it's also by Teina. So why did he have to help? Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi zokem elevich voidav. Said the Gemara, Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi lifni mishura sadin hu de arbat. Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yossi wanted to do lifni mishura sadin. Even the meika din, he could have said, "I'm zokem elevich voidav." You want to go lifni mishura sadin and help the person. But instead of helping him, he bought it off him. The Tony Rabbi Yosef. Rabbi Yosef learned. This is a very, very yisoidistic pasuk in Shmois. I'm going to read it inside a second. Shmois Yudches Chof. It says, Hashem tells Moshe, "V'izarto esem, warn them, esachukim, the laws, v'esatoris, and all the Torahs, v'idatulim, and you should let them know, esaderech, the way, the path, yilchubo, that they should go in, v'esamaisa, and the way they should act, asheyasim, they should act." And the pasuk is like quite general, Torahs, chukim, doesn't say exactly what it means. It says Rabbi Yosef a brisa, a very soidistic brisa, how a Jew has to live. That means a beis chayim. Teach them jobs. teach them to go work, that they should know how to make parnasa, that they shouldn't be poor. Esaderech, the way, what does that mean? The Gemilas Chasadim, teach them to be Goyim Chasadim. Yeilchu, they shall go, the Bikur Cholim is visiting the sick people. Yelchu, from the word Yelchu, it means sick, visiting people who are sick. Ba, the Gvura, the people to help with Gvura. Vesamaisa, it means that din. One thing of this whole pasuk is din, all the other things, the more chesedic things and work. Asher yasun, that they shall do the lifnim mishuras adin, that even though that we have din, the way we should really go is the way you should act is lifnim mishuras adin. The Moshe Hashem tells us there is a ma'isa, the way it should be done. That's a din. Asher yasun, but you should do the lifnim mishuras adin. And it's a very strong pasuk how a person should live, and we're going to see some of the Gemara we can learn more from each other. Why do we need? What's different in each one of these things that we're saying? But it's a very serious thing how a person should live, how a person should live. That means to get a job, to be going with chasodim, to be vaker cholim, to help with gvura, alocha, and lifnim mishuras adin. And we could see from here today, nowadays, there's a big, in Eretz Yisrael, there's a big conflict about army, not army, for Charedim. One thing is clear that the old generations until the Chazonish times, until the Jewish people living in Israel, it hasn't been that there is such a thing that you have to learn, and that's the way. It's always been for the Shevet Levi, for Kol Echad Shechosh Nafshay, but not a way of life for the Klal. And it's very clear. Omar Mar, we learned, Yeilchu the Bikur Cholim, visiting the sick. So the Gemara, Einu Gemilas Chasadim, what's the difference between Chesed and Bikur Cholim? So the Gemara, Lo Nitzicho Ela Leben Gilo, if you're in the same mazel of the sick, the person who's sick, you still have to visit. Omar Mar, Ben Giloi, if you Ben Giloi and you go visit someone who's sick in your Ben Giloi, the same mazel, Noitel Echad Mishim B'Cholio, you take away from him 1 in 60 and you get it. Even though he still has to go, that's the chiddush of Bikur Cholim, the gabay to him. So the Gemara, what's the difference between Gemilas Chasadim and Gvura? So the Gemara, that even though that we said that Zokin his mutter patters him from lots of things, from Gvura not to help with Gvura. Asher Yasun, that they shall do the lifnim mishuras adin, the Omar Rabbi Yochanan, the Chorba Yerushalayim, the only reason why Yerushalayim got destroyed, Elo Shedonu Bodin Torah, that they passed in Lefi the Alocha. Said the Gemara, Elo Dinin de Bezikti Eledainu. What do they mean? What should they do? Not din Torah, din of force of the Goyim, or what type of din? Din Torah, is that the way we should live? No. Elohim, this is Pshat. Sheimidu Dineim al din Torah. They always makbid what the din is, what the Alocha is, what the Chosh Mishpon says. V'loi Avdu Lifnim Mishuras Adin, and they didn't act with love and a much higher way of living, of lifnim mishuras adin, to always be righteous. Thank you very much. Everyone should have a blessed evening.